Welcome back to Late Night Live. Time now for my special guest interview. Tonight I'm joined by William Sousa and Sebastien Serayet, who are the art of Capoeira, who are using the art of Capoeira to bring out, help bring children out of poverty. So I only learned about this last night. I read up about it, and it's a fascinating history. So can you just explain to the audience more what it's about?
Yeah, we work, good night. We work with kids, young people. Yeah. And in Manchester we're running adult class as well.
So is it the Zion Arts Centre, isn't it, in Hume?
Yeah,
Zion, yeah. I used to go to acting classes there a long time ago. It's a fabulous space. So are you bringing the art of dance and everything through? Because it's helping children out of poverty, not just here but in Brazil.
Yeah, it's Capoeira is an ancient art form, a ritual really. And so we're helping people discover it at the Z Arts. We have weekly classes, and William is my Capoeira teacher. So he lived here for 7 years, taught people here, quite a lot of students, and now has gone back to Brazil and doing some social work using Capoeira to reinforce self-esteem, confidence, strength, body awareness, social skills. This sort of thing.
It's a little bit like, slightly, a little bit like martial arts, isn't it? Some of the thing and a discipline. But we have actually got a video apparently that is going to show us some more. This is fabulous video. So this is in Piccadilly Gardens, isn't it, in Manchester?
Yes, that was in 2008. Yeah. What we call the Roda, so a circle of Capoeira. Yeah. Is happening with the live music and all the teachers. We had some Capoeira masters visiting. We brought loads of international guests, and we did a workshop, a weekend workshop where all our students from the group in Manchester, and also we had a group in Leeds. Practiced, and then we went out to Piccadilly and show it off, and there was a really good reaction from the crowd. Really?
And what did you feel? Because obviously we do get in Piccadilly Gardens a lot of people doing different dances and arts and singers, some good, some not so good. So did people just really, when you started doing it, were they a bit surprised? Because it is different.
You can see from the crowd there's quite a lot of people there. We had one of our group members who filmed it, had to go on the benches and with a tripod to get over the amount of people, because he kind of drew a little crowd with sort of respectful curiosity, you know, yeah, it was a nice day out. But this is what we do, you know. If you like, this is the game. If you compare to football, this is the game. We do a lot of training as well, And in the training, you learn music. So, for example, I've learned to play the instruments. I've learned to speak Portuguese out of it, and I've been to Brazil.
That's amazing. And would you say that it keeps you physically fit? Because watching that, it's like you have to be quite agile. Do you have to have rhythm to be in time to the music, or does it just come naturally?
Yeah, well, as you practice capoeira, and the own movements in capoeira give you the strength. So it's just need to come, be happy, carry on practicing, and then after a while you see the result. Because
a lot of people are about looking after themselves, their mental health, their physical being, and the way they are, and does a lot of yoga and things like that. Would you say that this sort of dance does help your well-being and focuses you?
Definitely. Practice makes perfect. So it's through the repetition, and then as you repeat it, you see there's so many different aspects to it: the music, the singing in Portuguese, the history of it. Yeah. The people you meet, so there's very much a social aspect and a small community, so you'd go and do workshops, events in London. We've been traveling all around Europe with capoeira to Amsterdam and made friends everywhere, so it's good for you, definitely good for your physical and mental health. We say, capoeira is body and mind.
That's amazing.
Body and mind in movement.
Well, it's all three, looking at that video. So you said, have you done it in other areas of the UK? So you travel doing it?
There are groups of capoeiras a bit everywhere, and we all tend to know each other and do get together sometimes, to play to do the ritual and have a big event, if you like, a capoeira party. So yeah, we've been around, and it's very much a social thing. You can't do it by yourself.
Yeah, no,
whereas if it's you're talking about yoga or other stuff that you can do by yourself, here you have to be part of a group. Learn the skills of playing the instruments and playing the singing the songs, and to get really involved. But the benefits are much more than what you put in.
And how long have you been practicing it?
Oh, long time. Since 7 years old.
Really? Yeah. And then when did you join in?
Well, I first started training capoeira when I moved to Manchester in 2000. And then we brought William in 2003 here, and he lived here for 7 years, created the association, Associação Cultural de Capoeira Angola, the ACCA, which is we're going to celebrate the 10 years next year.
That's amazing. It's amazing stuff. Obviously, we will go into after the break sort of the details of the charity and the amazing groundbreaking work that you have been doing. I am very intrigued about these instruments because while the video is on, I did get a little taste of it. What's this instrument called?
Berimbau.
A bedding?
Berimbau.
A bedding, a bow, yeah. And obviously is this some kind of special tambourine? Or?
Just a tambourine, but we call it pandeiro in Portuguese.
The berimbau is an African instrument.
Right.
That was introduced in capoeira in Brazil, but it's an African instrument. In Africa, wasn't used for capoeira.
Yeah.
But they use after some research in some, we saw the African people, they used to use the instrument to sell stuff. To call people
attention. To get people's attention, like, I'm selling all my stuff. Yeah. Whereas this is more incorporated into the music,
But nowadays there is a lot of specific work or researching about the instrument, the berimbau. But we use in capoeira because it's, I think was the best instrument we could add in capoeira. So nowadays is like the symbol of the capoeira, berimbau.
The berimbau is the symbol of capoeira. There is no capoeira without a berimbau. So you talked about other forms of exercise. This has got music to go along with it.
Yeah.
So you're not only learning the movements. So it's not just purely physical. There's the musical element. So you become a musician. You become a singer.
It's amazing,
as well.
And obviously, it's a tradition of Well, how long would you say capoeira has been around? Would you say?
Where?
In when it was first created, what was in the 18th century, was it? Or
well, before that.
A very long time.
It was more than 500
So
years
how would the music be passed down? Because obviously you're not reading it from music sheet. How is it learned? Do you ever add your own stuff to the music? Does it develop? Does it?
Well, it's the same as the capoeira movement. I can't say like capoeira is just music, capoeira is just the movement. Capoeira is everything. so the Mestre Pastinha is one of our reference in capoeira, the big reference in Capoeira Angola. He'll say capoeira is everything you can eat, you know. Yeah, so you cannot just learn the movement, you cannot just learn
it sounds like it's an all-encompassing thing, so you couldn't separate and go, this is the music for it. Yeah. It's all part of one.
But in terms of its history, it originated with the slave trade.
Yeah.
So it was based on some ritual that already existed in Africa, possibly Angolo, the zebra dance, something that already existed in Africa. It was taken into a different context, different environment, under oppression from a slavery regime. And this was a fight for freedom. So the songs and the music and the movements have evolved over time, but it was capoeira. And you know what William's talking about, Mestre Pastinha as a reference. Some key figures in capoeira have shaped it to the way it is the way it is today.
Because of obviously it was brought over to Brazil, and unfortunately it was with the slave trade, that it wasn't until the 1930s that it was allowed to actually be performed, wasn't it? It was actually been banned from being performed, and then it was sort of the version that you could perform was sort of regulated in a way, and not the.
And this make is a bit well. Some people thought like that would help capoeira, but in fact did. You know,
sort of stifled
weak the capoeira because the movement was very strong, and then when they allowed to be practicing in the streets everywhere, so they said, okay, you have to take this out, and then at the end of the day, so it became another style. You know.
Well, it's extremely fascinating. I can't wait to hear some more music. So join us after the break, while I'll be talking more with William and Sebastien.